I wanted to provide my thoughts on what I think about the current status between AI and developers. Right now, a lot of CEOs are talking about, big name companies are talking about the idea of not hiring additional engineers for the year 2025, drastically reducing the workforce for developers, just because the benefits of their current employment, AI agents, or the actual code base itself is going to be written more and more by AI, no longer necessitating the need for low entry level, or even in some cases, the arguments being made for mid level developers. And I want to comment on this because right now it's a question of everybody's kind of anticipating what's going to happen next, what's the direction of the marketplace. So just a few years ago, there was such a large demand for developers that coding boot camps were all the rage and going all over the place. That's not the case anymore. And not only that, but you can see that with the foreseeable future, the direction for learning to code is drastically being changed, because the reality is that the future of code isn't just in writing code in the traditional sense of knowing the syntax and being able to do some basic functions and being able to get the code to just operate correctly. So, what I'm going to say is that the most important skill set is going to be the ability to read and understand code and the ability to problem solve and think creatively. Now, that's not anything new, as that's always been the case. But what I would say is that the amount of years and time required to go from what would be classified as an entry level to midpoint developer till you finally hit that status of senior is drastically going to be reduced, because you're able to get to a lot of minimum viable products, a lot of your code syntax issues that typically would hold you back from the learning process of why things are not working. A lot of those get removed, as well as just having functions that operate correctly. So your smaller scale logic operates just fine. And then the reformatting process, as more and more of the code base gets created by these different AIs, you're going to see that there's going to be a sort of consistency in the way things are reformatted to be more efficient. The argument's, of course, going to be made that it's never going to be as good as a human. But the one thing that we do want to keep in mind is these things are moving at a very exponentially fast rate across not just developers, but across all the different industries. And one of the most important things is understanding how AI works, what it actually is, and how it relates to the different industries. As developers, I would make the case that one of the most important things is not only understanding AI, but how it can be leveraged, not only for writing code, but also against whatever various application you're building out, or software platform you're going to be on.